Hello, everyone, and welcome to Comic Channel Origins. My name's Bryant, and this is the I Have Comic Issues YouTube channel. Thank you for being here. And tonight I have the honor of interviewing Allan, the comic collector geek. So let me bring Allan on in here. Hey, Allan, how are you
Hey, how's it going?
doing?
So,
And we already got some people here in the chat, so let's go ahead
yeah.
and say we got Matt Likes Comics.
Hey, Matt.
You are first. Thank you for being here. Then we got Chonko.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. And JSS Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome in, JSS. And then JSS got us right on a question for you on just what's the most expensive comic you've purchased at the lowest cost?
It's either Walt Disney Comics and Stories 1 or Looney Tunes #1.
Oh, okay.
Those
Very
are like
nice.
2,000 a piece, and I bought them for like $100. So,
Oh, sweet.
yeah.
Nice. And then we got Wellbore. Hello, Wellbore. So we got a few people from another Canadian here to support you. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Well, let's get into this. These questions. I know they're going to be hard hitting, and I hope you're prepared.
Yeah. Should be pretty.
What inspired you to start a comic book YouTube channel, and what was your very first video? And
Oh,
and in the pre-show, you said you actually haven't been a fast growth like my title misled. Sorry, clickbait. Uh,
yeah.
so
Sorry.
how long? When did you do your first video? Do you have any idea of how long ago that was?
Uh, I think it was 2020. I think it was 2020, actually.
Okay.
Um, and I think it was 2020. Yeah. And I wasn't like in 2020. I did one like once a month kind of level, like it's a random, and it was basically I would whenever I got comics, I would do like an unboxing, right?
Okay.
So I would just there was a channel that I watched which was Chino Comics and like muscle building or something. It's like some random
Oh,
other.
all right.
It was like they were like these muscle builder guys, and they were really into comics. And I was watching their channels, and because I didn't realize there was actually a comic book YouTube. I
Okay.
never,
Yeah.
I never like watched comic book YouTube, and they were the first channel that I watched. And then I thought they were pretty cool, and I would go to their live claim sales and made kind of friends with them. And I was always interested in stuff a little bit different than what they were selling. They were more into the modern stuff. I was more into
Right.
the older stuff. But yeah, I thought it was cool. So I thought, hey, it'd be fun to create my own channel and kind of meet people within the hobby, right? It's especially in Canada. There's not that many people you can just hang out with, like, or you don't even know where the people are to hang out with. So I
Right.
thought having a YouTube channel would be a great way to kind of, hang out with some cool people or meet people that
Right.
are also interested in comics.
It's the same down here in Northwest Florida. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know who they are until you actually go into the store, but then you don't see them anywhere else.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and the people that I work with, not many of them talk, or they
Talk
talk about the
comics.
movies, they talk about the
Mm-hmm.
TV shows, but they don't talk anything about the books.
Yeah. I mean, it was interesting. Like, I found that in the 90s, like, people would talk about comics, right? Like, you'd go into your comic shop and it was kind of more of a social
Right.
environment back then. Now it's like you go in your comic shop, you get your comics, and you go. It's like there's no like chit chat and like hanging out and it was I liked the environment better back in the 90s for comic books.
Right.
And I think the reason for that was in the 90s, um, there was sort of this real transition that happened where people, everyone that ever wanted to have a comic shop decided to open up a comic shop. And it just seemed like there was a flood of comic book shops all at once back in the early 90s. And so they came into it with that kind of love of the hobby.
Yeah.
And so there was that community kind of feel. And I think the ones that survived all of that, the ones that actually are the ones that still exist now, they're just business. It's like it's more transactional than it is like that community feeling.
Well, and they've also, a lot of them have been become game. They're all
Yeah,
more
that's the
about
other thing.
gaming.
Yeah, like Magic, Pokemon, and Funkos,
Yeah.
and then a little bit of comics.
Yeah, I mean, they got to do those things to actually keep the doors open so we can get our
Yeah,
comic books.
yeah.
So, yeah, my particular store, I mean, I'm in and out very quickly because it's usually on a 30-minute break or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. And then I got like a 45-minute drive home after work. And so I don't spend a lot of time there because I actually want to get home too. So,
Yeah.
but I have developed good relationships with my LCS owner because I got that spinner rack the other day.
That's really cool. I mean, I always like very jealous of people that have spinner racks. I think they're really cool.
Yeah, he was gonna. Somebody else had claimed it, and then they backed out. And I asked him if he had another one. I was like, he goes, "You can have this one. I'll donate it to your channel." I was like, "Sweet."
That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm happy about that. Uh, so was there a specific moment or video where you felt like your channel really took off? Well, hold on. What was your very first video? Or you said it was about
It was
hauls?
some unboxing. I forgot what it was. It was something like I think like I got yeah, it was some unboxing video. I have no idea.
Okay.
I forgot what it was actually. To tell you the truth, I should have looked it up for this video, but I forgot what it was. It was some unboxing. My first videos really didn't get many views. Tell you the truth.
I mean, for most of us, our first videos don't get very many views.
Yeah, and I know more the funny thing is I did it as a hobby. This was not like I actually deliberately did it as a hobby, not trying to make it into anything beyond a hobby. But then it became more than that. It sort of grew anyways. But the funny thing was I actually I sort of decided in I think it was 2021 to make it like I'm going to be dedicated to making content consistent.
Right.
So instead of being like once randomly every 1 to 2 months putting out a video, like I think I posted maybe 5 or 6 videos in 2020. And then starting in 2021, I posted out every day.
Oh, okay.
I've been posting out every day since 2021.
I was going to say, I looked at your stats and it said like 2.2 thousand videos.
Exactly.
That's quite a lot.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So, yeah, no, I don't recommend that. I don't recommend people doing that. But if you have my kind of personality, you can understand it. But
now, are a lot of those like, are they lives that get reposted, or are they actually like?
No, they're all original videos. They're all unique videos, I should say. The way I do it is I'm in my daytime job. I'm a marketing guy, right? So generally what will happen is companies come to me to come up with strategy a lot of the time, and I'll come up with strategy, how to build their businesses or whatever it is. And I also help companies with their like social media and YouTube, right? So I'll come up with plans on content. How do you create a content plan? So for me to do it for myself, I was like, okay, well, there's like, I kind of planned it out what kind of videos I'll do each day. And so, I buy a lot of comics, so that makes it easy to do unboxing videos. And then I plan out like one video, which is a Q&A. And then I plan out so I have sort of that content plan, and then it's just really easy to kind of constantly rinse and repeat. I kind of see like my channel is kind of like a sitcom.
Okay.
Like sitcoms are like rinse and repeat, right? Where you just kind of put out the same content over and over again, but different versions of the same stuff. Right.
The formula is the same. So, you just throwing in the different ingredients into it.
Yeah, exactly. So so it works. So it's really easy for me to create content. Actually, the one problem I had was I actually created I kind of have too many ideas, and sometimes that can be a bit of a problem because I'm like, oh, where do I put this stuff? So I kind of actually deliberately kept my Saturdays free, where I can put kind of some random video there. And, you know, so whenever I have some random idea, I just put it on my Saturday.
All right. So going on, realizing that you actually are releasing a video every day of the week,
Mm-hmm.
do you, I mean, this might come into another question later, but I'm just going to ask it now. Do you batch record, or do you do a different,
Yeah.
do you record every day, or do you record a whole bunch on one day and then release throughout the week?
So what I'll do is, so my unboxings, I'm not sure if you've watched any of my unboxings. Like if you're, they're pretty intense.
Okay.
So what I'll do is, I'll buy a lot of comics and then I'll send, because I'm in Canada. What I'll do is there's a company that will forward books to Canada. They'll sort of like act like a little like a little warehouse where
Right.
you can send all your stuff to them. They'll hold it for you, and then once you're ready to ship it, they'll ship it all at once.
Okay.
So like shipping to Canada is like $30, for
Right.
example.
Okay.
You know, like for one comic, which is insane, right? It's
Yeah.
not really worth it. But usually in the US, a lot of vendors offer it for free, right? So I'm sending all the stuff to my stackery. It's called Stackery, is the name of the business. And they'll just sort of consolidate all that stuff. And then it's one shipment fee. So I save like thousands of dollars just by like
Okay.
on the shipping costs, right? So so when I get my books, this is after like 2-3 months of like storing them.
Stacking them.
It's like, yeah, stacking them up, and then it's like these big boxes.
Okay.
So like when I do my unboxings, it's like 300 pounds of comics or something. It's like something insane. It's always something insane. So so then what happens is I basically, I'm so excited to get all these books, right? Because
Right.
it's been months that I ordered them. So what I'll do is after I do kind of a live stream where I show a bunch of bubble wrap and like kind of make it kind of a like a fun little thing.
Yeah.
Then after that I'll record like a whole bunch of videos right after each other. Like I'll break it into parts because it's too much for one big video.
Right. Okay.
So I'll break it into like usually 20-minute parts. So I'll record like 20 videos and then I'll just post them out, schedule them out.
Okay.
And then my other videos, I'll do a bunch within a same day, and I'll like if I have like a theme, I'll do like a bunch of those themed videos all in one day. So usually I only have to like during the week, like I'm pretty much on my channel. I have all my content kind of planned out for the next 2 months.
Okay.
So and then there's like the Q&A videos, which you know I have to actually record those once a week, but that's
Right.
about it. You know, so
Okay.
it's pretty easy in a way to maintain the level of content that I'm putting out because it's all scheduled.
All right. I mean, and you got to have it sounds like you definitely have a system in place to make this happen. And
yeah, and the great thing about my videos is the rawness of them. They're pretty raw.
okay.
I don't edit.
Okay.
The big thing is like that saves huge amounts of time. So the only video that I edit is the Sunday video, like which was I posted earlier today.
Okay.
That one takes that video just to record and edit and do all that stuff takes like about 2 to 3 hours.
Right. Okay.
So that I can't. If I had to do that for all my videos, I'd be like, oh, I would give up on my channel. It's just too much work. But
yeah, I went through kind of back in September, October timeframe. I was trying to do comic news and do it daily. And so for about 2 months, I did a video 7 days a week. I started off doing it live, then I just did a pre-record and released it at the same time. But it was taking 3 hours a day to
that's too
produce
much.
it, and that was after working 10 to 12 hours a day. And so I found it's like I can't do this.
That's the way I get too.
I'll try to do one pre-record a week and do this weekly live stream interview. And I came up with this idea because I wanted to learn more about how to do things on the backside of YouTube. And also, I didn't want to be like every other comic book interview show because everybody's showing their comic books. And
Yeah.
I wanted to stand out a little bit.
Yeah, be a little
So,
different. That's fine. I think
yeah.
people like seeing the books personally, but I do think this kind of knowledge is useful too, right? So
Right.
and getting
But
that kind of stuff. So
that
yeah.
was the other idea, is like for people that have more experience, other creators can watch and learn different things like that. So
Hmm.
that was the other thought of it.
Yeah, no,
So,
it's good. No, it's a good idea.
oh, thank you. And so was there a specific moment or video where you felt like your channel kind of took off?
Actually, it was kind of a series of videos that I did that kind of went viral-ish, not viral. Like, um, one of the things I like to explain to people is what viral means.
Right.
Um, so one of the things is the way you determine viralness is a typical channel will get 10% of the subscribers as views.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have 1,000 subscribers, you get about 100 views per video.
Yeah.
Usually kind of what the math works out to be. So what I call viral is any video that gets above your subscriber count. So if you get if you have 1,000 subs and you get 1,000 views on a video, generally that's considered, in my opinion, a viral video because you're punching above your weight class,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
You're getting more than what you should be. And generally what'll happen is if you keep on doing that, you'll have you'll get growth because your channel wants to get 10%, but you're constantly getting above your subscriber number. So generally your subscribers will kind of match what that percentage is, if that makes sense. So if you keep on getting 1,000 views, you will get to 10,000 subscribers channel kind of idea.
Okay.
So what happened with me was I did a series on restored comics.
Okay.
And the purple label of death. Like I was one of those people, I don't care. Like I really don't care about the purple label. I really don't care. Like actually I love the purple label. And that was a very controversial take 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Right.
Because most people are like purple label of death. It's like you gotta, it's like the cross to the vampire. It's like the plague. You got to avoid it. But I did a series of videos showing and talking about the purple labels and saying, hey, look, these are investment opportunities. These are books that are undervalued. And back in the 90s, Restored wasn't a faux pas. It wasn't like. It was what you did. If you had a big book, you got it restored.
Right.
You wanted it to present as well as possible. And it was only the CGC purple label that kind of changed all that. So I was kind of going back to the old school roots and saying, hey, look, I think these books are undervalued and underappreciated. And the funny thing is, a lot of people kind of agreed with me. A lot of people and so people started watching my videos and kind of, and so I did a series just talking about different books that were all restored and what does the restoration mean and what does, so it was a series of videos that, as I said, if you want to make a successful channel, this is like a big tip. It's not just getting one viral video kind of help a little bit,
right?
But it's like consecutive videos. So if you have like one video that does well, and then you post out a video right after that does well as well, and then you post out a third video. That third video, what YouTube will say, oh, this channel is hot because it's consistently kind of punching above its weight class. And what it'll do is the way the algorithm works in YouTube is it will actually deliberately find an audience for you.
Right.
And if you're constantly showing, producing videos that are getting good views, it will actually deliberately find a greater and bigger audience to test you on. Yeah. So that was one of the things that helped my channel grow at the very beginning. The other thing that I did early on was when I had that kind of this is like I'm like a 500 subs channel at this point that I'm talking about. This
right? No, I understand.
Still a small channel. But one of the things that I did was I posted a video saying, hey, look, I want to engage with the community. I want to meet people within the community. And, you know, I can come on your channel or you can come on my channel and we can just hang out. We can, you know,
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
and people really embraced that. So I ended up going on a bunch of channels and, you know, doing, you know, interviews just like this one. And it really helped my channel grow because I was getting exposure to new audiences. Like,
Right.
you know, just like, you know, it's amazing how there's like these group, like there's like little bubbles. Like I feel like I have my own little bubble of friends and community people. And
Right.
then there's other communities that I know of and they have their own little bubble. And so when you go into one of those other bubbles, all of a sudden you get new people that are kind of engaging with you, right? That are like,
Right.
who is this guy? You know, and like, yeah. So
I think I first came across you and your channel was when you did Only Slabs, or the last time you did Only Slabs on Rob's
yeah,
channel.
yeah. So he has his own little bubble, right? His
Right.
own little group, like Comic Vet, him, and there's like a bunch of like, is it Legion? What's
Legion. Yeah, it's that side of the sticker people community.
the people? I always thought that was funny.
Yeah.
So
like, but there, like, you got Mark and Rob and DJ, and then you got
yeah,
like Lunch
yeah,
Money
yeah,
and Philobox over here, and
yeah.
uh,
And then
yeah,
I'm
there
in
are
another
all
group.
multiple different
Yeah,
groups, all within the same community.
yeah.
It'd be nice if we had like a way of knowing all the people that were in comic book YouTube.
Well, I mean, that's why I'm a big fan of what Brian LCS was doing.
Right.
You know, with the awards, I think that's one thing where you get a lot of crossing over with the different channels where they were kind of all participating in those awards. I thought that was, you know, I was really very fond of that.
We got a bubble person here. Or a sticker
Bubble person. Bubble person. A new term.
Hey, Ronnie.
New term. So.
Yeah, no, it'd be nice.
Yeah.
I
noticed
watched
the
a
chat
little bit of
works this way instead of this way, by the way.
Oh, what was that?
The chat, like on StreamYard, the chat, you know, the very bottom thing is the newest. On this, it's the top thing is the newest. It's weird.
Oh, okay. On my end, on the producer side, the bottom is the newest one.
Oh, okay. That's weird. So the top is, yes. I'm like, oh, that's really weird.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So there's different bubbles, and like I you know, the goal is if you're trying to build your channel, is to make friends in all those different bubbles.
Right.
So one of the things I teach my clients, this is what I teach my clients in terms of how to grow a YouTube channel, is convincing 1,000 people to watch you is kind of hard, right?
Right.
It's actually quite hard to convince like 1,000, like I don't even know 1,000 people. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, it's like going out and finding 1,000 people. It's much easier to find 20 influencers. Like for me, it was Biggie Shack, Night Tiger Comics, Captain Comics, and those were the first channels. Alex the Comic Quarter.
Okay, yeah. He was one
those
of the
guys,
first ones I watched.
Those were the guys that I became friends with because I
Okay.
reached out to them and they reached out to me. And what happened was by connecting with those, just a handful of people, that's like 5 people, right?
Right.
Well, they all have a collective audience of maybe 30,000 people.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is make 5 connections and then you get access to a much bigger audience. So it's a much easier way of kind of thinking, okay, well, how can I build a channel? I don't have to go out and make 1,000 friends. I just have to make 5 friends.
Right.
So it's a much easier way of like thinking about it.
Yeah, one of my best interviews was I had Mike from Lunch Money Comics on, and he has like 22,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
naturally, he just said, "Hey, I'm going to be on this show," and naturally, that's my best performing Comic Channel Origins interview.
Yep.
Is that one?
He
by
came
far.
on my channel. He came on my channel, and I got 50 subs from it. Like when he came on my channel. So I mean, it really does that. That's the philosophy behind this whole thing, right?
Oh yeah. And now with the new tools that YouTube has added, such as the collaboration feature, I
Yes,
mean
that's pretty useful.
that helps a lot.
Hmm.
So because I think he did that for me, accepted the collaboration, so it then exposes me to all of his 20,000
Yeah.
subscribers.
So after this, you'll have to send me a collaboration thing, and
Right.
I'll accept it, and
And
hopefully you'll get some.
it'll
Yeah.
fall on your page as collaboration with I
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
comic issues.
Exactly.
So yeah, and Matt said he got like 15 likes
Yeah, he got
or 15
15
subs.
subs when he interviewed Mike. Mike is a great guy.
Oh yeah.
Like because I was like kind of the golden age YouTuber guy. He actually reached out to me to sort of get advice on a collection that he found,
Oh, okay.
and I sort of helped him kind of get an X-Men 1 out of it. So he kind of was very grateful because I was like, this book is special. I think this one is special, and I didn't know what it was. I didn't know the value of it because it was really special. But it turned out it was like, I think he got like 6,000 or 7,000. It was something crazy for this
Was
one
that
book.
the
Archie.
Archie red cover? Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, he did really well on that, and he got an X-Men 1 out of it. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Nice. That's one I need. X-Men 1. I got X-Men 2. I just need X-Men 1.
Yeah.
I actually, in a chat last week, I was talking to Chonko about trying to find somebody to conserve my X-Men 2 because it's in pretty rough shape. So
that's how my X-Men 1 is.
Yeah.
One of the ugliest comics in my collection is my X-Men 1.
Yeah. But I mean, I can't beat this one because I actually got it for $80 at a flea market junk shop.
Yeah, you can't complain about that then.
Right. So I got a lot of room to put some money into it.
Yeah.
So, all right. So what would you say your niche is in the comic book community, and has it evolved over time?
So my niche has always kind of, it's sort of evolved. Because when I first started doing YouTube, I was just finishing off my Silver Age collection.
Okay.
So, and then I kind of started gravitating more and more to the Golden Age. So I feel like now people kind of associate my channel with Golden Age. And, within the comic book collecting thing, there are definite niches. Like, some people like, superhero books and only Bronze Age, for example. Like, there's some real niches where they only like a certain type of book. I met some collector just recently where he's going to be doing a YouTube channel, and it's only going to be about Golden Age military comics.
Okay.
it's like super niche.
Yeah,
and
very
I think
specific.
Because I think as collectors, we kind of gravitate to what we like, and we have these kind of weird little niches. I've been sort of gravitating to the Golden Age and really enjoying the Golden Age. So I think a lot of people associate my channel to that. But I do buy other stuff. I just, buy a lot of Golden Age.
Did you know that there's an event going on in DC called KO right now?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that just proves the point. You are more in the Golden Age than you are in the modern.
So yeah, but there's like so many cons going on. I never keep a track of them, so I'm terrible that way.
But you started off doing like Silver Age, and then it's moved into
Silver Age, random stuff, unboxings. Another one of the channels that I watched early on was Comic Tom.
Okay,
I was like so victim of FOMO. Like this is going to be the next big thing. I gotta get it.
Yeah, that Spider-Man print is one out of a Comic Tom mystery box.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, I've gotten a Comic Tom box before myself.
Yeah. I was getting his boxes for a while, but yeah. So I was buying a lot of that too, like a lot of the key characters and stuff. But yeah, I sort of, once you sort of become a little bit more savvy as a collector, like you sort of develop your own taste. I feel like that I sort of developed more and more of a taste for the sexy girls from the Golden Age would be, I guess, the easiest way to describe me. And like, I like pre-code horror as well, but Yeah.
You like the more expensive books, right?
It seems like it. It's not like it's not that I like them to be expensive. It just seems like the ones I like are expensive. It's not.
You have expensive taste.
I have expensive tastes, which is very unfortunate. You know, so
So what comic book content performs the best on your channel, and why do you think that is?
so there's two types. Like the stream that I do with Steven on the we call it the Monday special.
Okay.
That's a that video always does well, and basically it's me always having internet issues. I don't know why. I always have internet problems. But and then we have Steven. He's like an Overstreet advisor. He's just like such a knowledgeable guy.
Okay.
And his collection is kind of smaller than mine, but better than mine, if that makes sense. He's more of a higher grade collector. And so his collection and his knowledge really like bring an audience. Like people really enjoy what we call it his lemon trees, where he's just like the old man under the tree and talking about when I was a kid, that kind of thing. And people really enjoy that show. So those do really well, where we impart a lot of knowledge. And then the other shows that do well, I find, which is kind of interesting because they're the easiest to produce, are the ones that are like just the one I did yesterday, where I ask a question like, will there be comic book collectors in 30 years time? You know, that kind of like, question that people think about. Or, does it make sense to buy low grade comics? Or, some random thing like those kind of questions that we all have as collectors, and you ask those and you answer those and kind of give like a, just a babble about it. People like those videos. That's why I think Sticky Goose actually does quite well. Love him or hate him, that's the style of video that he does. He does these kind of like things where it's a bit clickbaity, and he'll like put out a question that will kind of grab an audience, right? He'll say, the 10 worst comic book shops, and, and they'll do a video. But those kind of videos do well because people, it does grab people's attention, right?
People like drama.
And the type of drama that I try to bring out is not like, as I said, I try to be more of a thinker's drama, I guess, rather than like the just like, let's get it into a fight with somebody. I prefer more like that, asking those kind of questions that are more profound, or like not necessarily profound. It's comics at the end of the day, but but ask questions that people have like are curious about, right? And catering to curiosity. I think those do well. Actually, some of my best videos, strangely enough, were ones where I was really responding to Sticky Goose. Like I did one response video and it got like 8,000 views, where I was like, I had one where it was actually a pretty funny video because I think Sticky Goose, what happens is, when you kind of grow with your channel, in a way, your ego can kind of grow with it, which can be very dangerous. Very dangerous. Don't let your ego ever get big, because Sticky Goose, he did a thing where he had Comic Tom come on his channel.
Mm-hmm. I saw that,
and it was one of the best interviews I've ever seen of anybody. Like I've seen some really great interviews, like where some president gets interviewed, or something like that. Actually, his interview with Comic Tom was the best interview ever. And the reason I say that is he was trying to basically sabotage Comic Tom. He went in there, he was trying to like, ask the tough questions, or like really like stick it to poor Comic Tom. But Comic Tom, he really showed that he is a savvy guy.
Right.
And he flipped the script. And then when Sticky Goose's,
he wasn't all show. He had he had the goods to back it up.
Yeah. And when Sticky Goose's basically his internet failed him, all of a sudden Comic Tom was the only guy on the live stream, and it looked like he had not only defeated Sticky Goose, but now he had taken over his channel, which was it was such a funny interview. So I had basically I did a video where the thumbnail was like like this guy, and I put like Comic Tom his face on it, and he was like boiling like a goose. And it went viral. So that was a popular video. But yeah, I was basically commenting about how you can really destroy yourself by doing something stupid. And actually, for a while, he actually took his channel down because he had really, gone too far.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I know there's been some more videos that have come out about with the recent CBC awards and all that stuff. And
yeah,
I think you had a rebuttal.
Yeah, I'll rebuttal them. I always try to like give the best faith arguments rather than like a straw man. I always try to steel man the people I'm arguing against.
Yeah.
Rather than, because I don't like drama. I don't like just calling people names and that's a video. No, I don't believe in that. I like to try to present real arguments. So yeah.
All right. Okay. The next question I got for you. This should be I think you're going to have a very good, interesting answer for this one because you have a marketing background. Mm-hmm. And how do you balance what you love to talk about with what the algorithm wants?
That's actually a real problem. You'll find that, again, it's not about ego at the end of the day.
Right.
So our egos will have us do the following. I want to make my video. I don't care what my audience wants to watch. That's pure ego. And generally your channel won't go very far if you do that. Sometimes you do have to cater to your audience. Okay. So, I find that I'm fortunate in I know that my channel is never going to be a big channel. I'm not going to be like a 1 million subscriber channel. I'm not going to be that kind of channel. And I'm doing this as a hobby. So for me, I like talking about Golden Age, and I like being somebody who is like kind of like a cheerleader for the Golden Age. So, what I have found is I have toned down certain elements of me. I used to be much more controversial. I used to be like put out controversial takes and say things that maybe kind of pissed off a few people, but but I toned those things down because I felt like it was becoming a distraction from the real message that I wanted to promote, which is the love of comics and the love of Golden Age comics. So, so those are things that I kind of really wanted to I'm not sure, not with that attitude. What attitude? What attitude do I have? I really wanted to focus on keeping it positive and like making my channel an oasis, not only for myself, but for the people watching it. I really made that decision, and I felt like I catered to my audience in that by saying, hey, look, I'm going to try to keep it, no swearing, not much controversy, and really things that, talking positive about comics and the people within in the hobby itself. You know what I mean? So I felt like that was kind of, and algorithmically, Google likes that kind of thing. You'll notice that the channels that kind of fade are the ones that go against those rules. Drama can get you so far, but it also can burn out your channel.
Right.
And that was one of my comments that I made to Sticky Goose. I said, Sticky Goose, you're complaining about the type of feedback that you get, but you are creating the audience, you're basically a mirror, right? Whatever you put out, you kind of get reflected back at you. So that's kind of been my philosophy with it. And I don't know, it does. So it means that I do kind of watch myself and make sure that I, produce things that kind of fit that philosophy. If that makes sense. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chonko. Hit that like button, please.
Yes. Definitely hit the like button. That's algorithmically another way to promote a channel. Get lots of likes.
And I'm going to take just a moment to give a shout out to my channel sponsor, who is Ron's Comic Closet. And if you use code I have issues at checkout, you'll get 20% off your first purchase with Ron. So go check out the site. You can click on the QR code and check that out. All right. Thank you very much for that.
Very cool.
So figured since I had 13 people in the chat, I might as well go ahead and do that.
Get promoted.
What mistake did you make early on that you wish that somebody had warned you about, that you are then, I guess, relaying to your clients in the marketing aspect?
So one of the biggest mistakes that channels make, and this was something I made early on, is not having that regular content. Sorry, one second. My phone ringing off.
That's kind of funny, that mistake and phone goes off.
Yeah. It's like YouTube's calling. Don't tell them.
Silence your cell phones.
Yeah, silence your cell phones. That's another one. So one of the things is if you're going to start a channel, this is the biggest tip that I can give that will make or break your channel. Because the mistake that people make is they'll put a whole bunch of effort. They'll make their first video, and they're all excited, right? And so they post that video, like immediately. They go live with it, and they're like, "Okay, I'm gonna get 1 million views. I'm gonna get 1 million views," and it's like nobody views it. It gets 0 views, right?
Right.
And there's two algorithmic things that are happening. Like I'll mention algorithms because I'm on the geeky side or the tech side of marketing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So algorithmically, the way it works on YouTube is they will analyze your video. It takes about 24 hours for them to do that analysis. And basically, after they do that analysis of that video, they will try to find an audience. Okay.
Right.
And they'll say, okay, this type of audience generally likes this kind of content. Now, if you post your video immediately live, that 24 hours is not there. So it basically says, oh, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll find, and you don't get that thing where it's pushing it out to different people that wouldn't have seen it otherwise. So basically you screwed yourself. You screwed yourself out of an audience that could have watched that video. And you'll get pretty low views. The other mistake people have is, so they do that, they get 0 views, and then they almost give up, right? They're like, okay, maybe I'll try one more video, and then they'll repeat the same mistake, and then that video won't get any views, and then they'll usually give up. A better approach is what you do is you record 5 to 10 videos. Okay? You don't even, like, this is a channel, brand new channel. You record 5 new videos or 10 new videos, preferably 10. And then what you do is you schedule them out. So you, like, let's say you created your video on a Wednesday, you schedule them out every Friday. So you give it like actually 2 days to kind of like do the little algorithmic thing. You post it on the Friday. Yep. Post them each on a Friday. So for the next 10 weeks, you got a video going out every Friday, right? And what that does algorithmically is YouTube says, oh, this is a serious channel. Not only are they, posting before, like not just going live, but posting and giving us time to kind of look at it. But they're actually planning out future content. They're planning to be around for a while, and they reward that kind of dedication to a channel with more views. They'll find better test audiences, and generally they'll by the, what'll happen is the first time that the first video that you post, they might not find the right audience for you. But by the second or third video, they're finding better. They're learning too, right?
Right.
YouTube
Yeah.
is learning what kind of channel you are. And the more videos they have to learn from, the better they are at finding an audience that will be interested in that type of video.
Okay.
So if you start a channel and launch with, like, as I said, launch it with scheduled out 10 videos, you're going to do really well because, YouTube will have the time and it'll kind of find the audience that will like your stuff. Okay. So one of the other tricks that I really do recommend, and I kind of talked about this earlier, is really finding those 5 influencers or the 5 people rather than trying to find a big audience.
Right.
That's huge. That makes channels successful. You don't have to go out and find an audience. The other thing that I recommend, and this is something I have never actually done, so I'm a hypocrite saying this next piece of advice, but it is a good piece of advice. Have good lighting. Have good lighting. Like, I don't have good lighting. Okay. Have good lighting. Have good video. Like, video quality has to be like sharp.
Yeah. I need to increase that for me.
Have good audio. Like, just have the basic fundamentals being good. Like, that quality. Record in 4K kind of solves a lot of that. The other thing is spend a little time and edit your videos. So one of the tricks that I do with my channel, and this is like, how I always show comics, I'm always like, here's a comic. Look at the comic. Right. Nowadays people's attention spans are not the greatest for the most part. I'm sorry, people. I'm not trying to be offensive to people. I'm just being honest. We've been sort of used to the idea of when we watch videos or watch movies, it's like constant change, constant, like something new popping on, or very short cuts, right?
Right.
And because of that, our attention span, we need that something flashing in front of us. And so one of the ways that I get around not editing is to always be showing something. I'm showing a book. And that gives the audience something to instead of me just babbling, blah, 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 having something to kind of visually kind of look at. But it's better to have those like, those intercuts where you have like some little video playing within your video, or having a book, or a picture go across your screen. What's is it Ken Burns? Do you know Ken Burns?
Yeah.
As a editor, his style is to do that, right? It makes it more interesting rather than just having some guy talk about history. You have like sort of these pictures and little video clips kind of coming in, and it just makes it visually more interesting. Right. Channels that do that, I can look at any channel. This is one of my skills as a marketing guy. I can look at any channel and say how many subscribers it's going to get within a year. And I'm usually right.
Okay.
I can usually kind of predict it almost to the to the 100, like, pretty close to how much they'll get. Or I can say this channel will be a success or this channel will fail. And it's based on doing these principles, like, having a little bit of editing, having a little bit of just better video and better quality of audio and visual. So
yeah, my pre-records are a little bit better quality than the live streams.
Yeah,
that's just it at the moment.
The one good thing that we have nowadays is the technology is pretty good. The iPhone, for example, records like in 4K.
Right.
And it does a lot of things with its own microphone. Its own internal microphone picks up, like, it actually filters out a lot of the noise, and it actually does a lot of things to produce fairly high quality video. So I was actually doing a presentation. I'm a marketing guy, so I was doing a presentation to an audience. I think it was like 200 or 300 people.
Okay.
I was talking about YouTube, and I was asking them, the audience, this was sort of a joke question, but I was asking them, how many people in the audience have a production studio for video? And obviously everyone's like, no. No, nobody had it all. I was like, well, this is all you need. This is your production studio.
Right.
Because it does the video, it does the audio, and it has an editor inside, right? So It is your production studio. It can do, and it's pretty amazing what you can do quality-wise with the cell phone. They liked that. It was quite funny.
Cool. So what is your process for planning and producing a video from idea to upload?
So one of the things that it's another way that channels fail, and this is a real problem with being a content creator, is coming up with ideas.
Right.
Okay. That kills more channels than anything. It's like one of my favorite channels, there was this one guy, he would produce the greatest videos, but after a while you could see like they were like once a week. Then it was like every 2 weeks. Then it was once a month. Then it was once every 3 months because the guy, he just couldn't come up with ideas. He was a creative guy, but after a while it's hard to be creative. Right. Like that creative where you come up with some really cool idea every time. That's why I kind of recommend the idea of being like doing the sitcom, where you come up with that kind of content plan. Like for me, it's Mondays are my Silver Age hot list. Tuesday is an unboxing. Wednesday, I do a Q&A where I let the audience ask me questions and I answer them. Thursday is another unboxing. Friday, I do a top 10 list where it's like top 10 and then some theme. It's like a challenge. And then Saturday, I kind of keep that open. It used to be all interviews on Saturday. And then Sunday, it's my hottest golden age collection list. So those are all, consistent things. So that's 7 ideas that I had, or actually 6 ideas that I had to come up with, right?
Right.
And I just can rinse and repeat on those. Each video is like unique and interesting and different from the previous week where I did the same thing. So that's a much easier way of preparing content. So with comic books, this was one of the things that I actually commented to Brian when he did the awards this year. I said the awards were stupid. The categories you picked were just didn't make any sense, because basically if you boil it down, there's only a few different types of content that people watch for comic books. Right. We watch the unboxings, right? That's one. We watch the hot lists, like what are the hottest books of the week, and then we watch the interviews with artists or other fellow YouTubers. Right. And so these are the types of things that we all kind of like. And it's just realizing, if you realize what people are generally watching and cater to that, you will never run out of ideas, because it's just rinse and repeating, right?
Yeah, and I like the game show ones also.
Yeah, the game show one, that and sometimes there's different formats of that too, where sometimes it's like I do sometimes where we do these battles, right? Where we'll say, okay, the theme is yellow covers, and then we'll all compete to see who has the best yellow cover. Or like on Biggie's, he's in the chat, on Biggie's channel on Friday, we did a thing where we would just show a little bit of the cover, just a little bit, a teaser, and the panel would try to guess what that cover, what book that is, right? So those kind of things are fun, and they're like, especially when you do that kind of teaser thing. Not only are you getting the panel like to try to guess and get it, engaging, the audience is playing along with you, right? So those things can be really fun. So I think that's one of the tricks, is just realizing you don't have to be like the most creative person in the world, just realize what types of things people watch. And the other types of content people like are if you take an individual comic book and review it, break it down, or an artist, and you say, hey, this artist. One of the channels that I'm not sure if he'd still, what's the guy's name? Oh my goodness, why am I forgetting one of my friends' names? He's going to hate me. Vaughn. I'm trying to remember his channel. He would do this thing about sexy comics. And it was like all these kind of sexy comics, like Cherry Pop Tart and the underground comic scene, and then Von Bode. He would like do like videos about different underground artists. Am I lagging? My internet always goes.
I think you caught up now.
Okay, I caught up. So one of the channels, I'm not sure if you caught any of that, but one of the channels, he would do pretty good, like
Reviews?
not interviews, but analysis of artists and underground artists, and more the adult artists, like like Dave Stevens, or like Robert Crumb.
Okay.
Or so these kind of more sexy kind of stuff. And his channel went from, he was like, when he first asked me about it, I gave him some tips about it, and I told him, put these artists, put this stuff, and he had maybe like 1,000 subscribers. Within a month or two, he was up to 6,000, 7,000 subscribers.
Oh wow.
He grew really, really fast, because sex sells, by the way. So yeah. So those kind of things work. But that is production. That's where you actually have to, as I said, do the kind of Ken Burns kind of thing, where you bring in like, photos, you bring in stuff, short video clips, and then you do voiceovers, and you kind of put it all together as a video. That does really, really well.
Okay. I want to go back to one of the other questions where you were talking about letting the video cook for a little bit, like for YouTube to see. I don't have memberships or anything like that yet where I could do like private video, or not private, but members only videos. Mm-hmm. But would that work towards like the members only, where you release it to where members can see it first and then have it go live to everybody else in a couple of days?
So there's two thoughts about that. And from what I heard, that is the case. That if you make it members only, and like, let's say 50 members watch it, and then you go live, it already has that baked in audience. Like it has like, this video, like within 5 seconds, it's already got 50 views. It looks like it's more of an increase than a typical video. I've heard that does play into the algorithm, so that you can actually, like if Google, Google, which owns YouTube, if YouTube sees that a video has a really high number of views really early on,
right,
it will actually send it out to greater and greater test audiences.
Okay.
So I heard that does play a small part with using the members only. But a bigger trick with that is to make money. So people are generally, especially nowadays, we're more impatient. So what you do is, I don't do this myself, but I've seen channels that do this, is you always put the content to your members like 2-3 days before. Right. And then the members only and you tell them, if you join the members only, you get to see the content 2 days or 3 days before everybody else. And generally you'll actually get subscribers, because they're too late. They're too keen. They don't want to wait a couple days just to see the same video. Right. So they'll pay to have that membership. And so that can be a way to make money.
Right.
I'm not really great with my members. I just say, please be a member. I'm not giving you very much, but yeah.
No. Yeah, like I said, I hope my channel hits that level in a couple of weeks. It looks like it might be on track there, because I've actually, earlier you were talking about having videos go viral.
Yes.
I've had 2 here recently that I would say have gone viral in our YouTube community.
There's actually a trick, one more trick. I love like giving marketing. I'm a marketing guy.
Go
like
ahead, give all the tricks.
I'm a big algorithmic kind of guy. So it's not often I get to talk comics and my day job, like, which is marketing. One of the other tricks that you can do, 2 tricks. I'll give you 2 tricks. Is one of the tricks that you can do is you can use ChatGPT. So let's say you come up with a title, Silver Age unboxing, blah, 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 something pretty dry and boring, right? You grab that title, okay? And then what you do is you go into ChatGPT, okay? And you put in, give me a viral video title using this, okay? And what it'll do is it'll generate 10 ideas, okay? And then you look at those 10 ideas and say, which one would I click?
Yeah.
And generally that, though, like the 2 things that make people click videos are the title and the thumbnail.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's your package. That's your cover.
Yeah. And
I mean, in the comic book sense, that's your cover. That's what's going to get somebody to pick it up off the shelf.
Yeah, if you look, do you know Jerry the Jitterbug?
I know of him.
Yeah, we sort of kind of came on the scene at the same time. We kind of grew. He would be sometimes bigger than me. I'd be sometimes bigger than him. We kind of, followed, the same trajectory. Okay. One of the things that he did to kind of surpass me, I'm lazy about thumbnails. So again, I'm a hypocrite because I'm saying stuff that I don't do. I'm not practicing what I preach. But what he did was very smart. He would put out a thumbnail, okay, but not any, not some geeky guy looking at a comic. He would always put some sexy girl with the comic book. And
okay, so does he even know her?
No, it's just some AI or something. It's like some sexy girl.
Okay, I have seen the thumbnails.
Yeah,
and
the point is, there was actually a study, and I was doing marketing for Fisher Price way back in the day. This is like a really funny story because Fisher Price is like kids' toys. And I was saying to them, I was telling them, I was like kind of telling them because they were thinking of doing YouTube. I was telling them, hey, if you do a video, have one of your female staff show the toy. Because there was like studies about this where if it's a woman, on the thumbnail, it gets 10 times the clicks.
Yeah.
10 times. It's not even like, it's like, so, that's a big tip. Have a female on the thumbnail. It works. It's the funny thing is, like, you think, oh, that's so sexist, but it's not just men. Women will click a woman more than they'll click a man.
Yeah, I can see that.
So it's one of those things.
All right. So since we've gotten into the subject of AI a little bit.
A little bit.
I know one thing that I do, like for some of my pre-recorded videos. Well, okay, let me first ask you this. Do you make the video, or do you make the title and the thumbnail first, or do you make the video first and then the title and the thumbnail?
I usually make the video first and then So
that's usually the way I do it. And and then my process, and you can tell me how different you are from that, is I'll take that video and I take it into Clipchamp or CapCut.
Okay. CapCut is one I use
on my computer, and I use the auto cut feature, which will then give me a transcript of my video.
Yep.
And then I will take the transcript and take that over to ChatGPT and say,
make me a description.
I would say, as a YouTube strategist and SEO expert, tell me the best titles that I should use or choose from for this video. And then also what should the thumbnail be for this video?
Yeah, you can go 2 steps further with the
Okay.
same idea. I'm lazy. I don't do all that. But for my clients, I do. Clients, I do this for you, please. I do this. But for myself, I don't do this. Okay. But what you do is 2 steps further. You say, hey, give me a description. Give me hashtags.
Yes, I do all that.
Yeah. And then give me a thumbnail and title, obviously. But actually, I don't generally do it with the title. Because generally it's going to kind of go astray, because your title, it should be clickbaity, but it should be based, like, I kind of want it to be more guided. So I usually just give it my short title.
Right.
And then come up with something. The reason being is usually if it's summarizing some longer thing, it will kind of come up with titles that are good, but not great.
Right. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them definitely are not like, yeah, you're way off there.
Yeah.
So let's bring it back a little bit.
Yeah. So I kind of what I'll try to do is I'll try to come up with not like a reasonable title, but not a great title. And then I'll let it come up with, like, usually I ask it for about 20 ideas, and then I'll pick the best one. But that's only when I'm putting effort into it. And I don't, I'm pretty lazy, actually. I don't put it, I should put more effort into it. Because,
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So for example, like my video on Wednesday, I came up with the title myself, and the title was, comic book store deliberately huge comic book store destroyed. Okay. And that video got 2,000 or 3,000 views now. Because people are like, what? Why would a comic store destroy its comics, or what are they doing? And I was talking about bonnets. I'm not sure if you're familiar with bonnets, but
no.
Basically they stamp every single comic that they have.
Oh, okay.
And they have this massive stamp. They even had a Superman 1. A Superman 1, and they stamped it with this big stamp. It's like the craziest thing. But yeah. But that kind of clickbait title does get people's attention, is the point. Yeah.
I've learned that for my channel, like they like, or my viewers like mystery, or like a question. They don't like bragging, because like I just a couple weeks ago, I finished my run of X-Men 94 through 544, got the last book I needed, did my video about it, and it's got 70 views.
I know, it's like.
And then I opened up 5 Ollie's comic book packs and said, what's the best cover out of it? And it's got 4,000 views.
Yeah, I know, it's funny. I always joke about there was this one video where I'd literally spent like a huge amount of money, crazy amounts of money, like $20,000 on like a bunch of comics. I didn't intend to win at Heritage Auctions.
Okay.
It was sort of like a fluke that I won. Like, I won an X-Men 1. I won a Fantastic Four #1. I won like all these really big books, because it was the day after a big sale.
Right.
And so I ended up just winning, because it was like the auction nobody watched. So I ended up winning all these big books, and it was still expensive.
Right.
And so that unboxing was like a big deal. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be my big viral video. that video did so. A video that I posted out like a few days, like a little bit later than that, where I had bought like some flashlight to find restoration on comics, like a $5 flashlight. That unboxing got like 1,000 views. It blew up. It was like the popular video, and supposedly 5 people like commented that they went out and bought the same flashlight because. So you never know. It's like those kind of silly things, right?
You should go get an affiliate marketing link for that flashlight.
I know. Well, had I known, I would have been in the money with that one video. So
yeah, that Amazon associate link, it would have.
Really... that's the time. That's the time to post that.
Yeah.
I'm here to shill, people. I'm here to shill.
how do you engage with your community, and has it changed as your channel has grown?
Yeah, so what I try to do, and like if you ever watch my Monday specials or my Friday hangouts, um you can see like I'm trying to make a family. I'm actually like a community with like the people that are watching the stream. Like I'll do shout outs. We'll actually joke with the people in the audience as if they're part of the people that are
Right.
on the panel. Like we'll like Thomas O'Donnell, who's watching right now. I felt so bad for the guy. For some reason, I didn't ban him. I did not ban him from my channel, but for some reason, YouTube flagged him and banned him from my channel. Okay, so for the longest time, he was commenting in the chat, and I couldn't see it because YouTube wouldn't let me see it. So
Okay.
I would always joke, like, like Thomas, I know you're out there. Like, and I really didn't ban you. Sorry, I do these kind of things where, even though we're talking about something random, I would try to always engage my audience, like
Right.
where I try to make those friendships across the screen to the chat. And, I think that's one of the big mistakes that people make is they kind of ignore their chat. And they really, they should keep them engaged and make them feel like they're part of the show.
Right.
And it's hard to do. It's a real challenge actually to do that because you're like with my channel especially. Like I have 6 people on the panel. They're all big ego people. They're all like trying to show their books. They're trying to like talk over each other, and then you have the audience saying like all these questions and stuff, and you got to kind of orchestrate this like dynamic, right? So it can be a challenge. But
And
the
try to get
point
the
is,
comment to come up at the right time to make or to be relevant to what you're actually talking about on the screen at the exact time.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
There's a comic book store banter vibe
Yeah,
to
it's
your
like a
show.
nerd club. Yeah. It's the cool kid club, actually. It's not nerds. We're not nerds. We're a very cool, sophisticated audience.
I took my aunt to a comic book store back in my hometown, and she walked in and she goes, "This is just like Big Bang Theory," and I just like, oh.
No.
They turned around and looked at her, and I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
um, so I mean, you engage with basically engaging with them in the chat during the live
Yeah.
stream and responding to as many comments as possible on
Other
your
thing,
videos.
just to like, because before I forget it, this is another trick to kind of get an algorithmic boost. Is within the first 4 or 5 hours of your video being launched, like if you're doing a pre-record and you launch the video,
Right.
anyone that comments, respond to their comment. Like just engage with the audience that have commented. If they took the time to comment on your video, take the time to respond, give them a like on their comments. That actually algorithmically, things like likes, comments, and shares will boost it'll tell the algorithm, hey, this video is successful. So your comments count within that comment thing though. So you can actually boost yourself by just responding to your own audience, and they like it too, right? Because they feel like, oh, they're actually engaging with me, and they're more likely to watch more of your videos because of that, right? So,
and do you have I guess I know one way that I know some of the subgroups in our comic book YouTube community communicate is through Instagram chats. Do you have your own Instagram chat groups that you interact with?
So there's actually that was another mistake that I made. I think I didn't get onto Instagram maybe 2 years after I started my YouTube thing. I didn't actually really consider Instagram like a really good platform. I was weird that way. But once I got on Instagram, I realized, oh man, this is pretty useful. Like I'm a marketing guy and I never used Instagram. But once I saw the capabilities of Instagram, then I really appreciate it. So I have like usually within the comic book community people, that's how I communicate with them, is through Instagram. So I'll like, basically use it as a messenger for them.
I mean,
So yeah.
It's a great way to get in touch with other content creators, because like
Yeah.
YouTube doesn't really have any good direct way of
Yeah, it's actually kind of
communicating.
bad that way. That's one mistake that YouTube made, I think, where they don't really have like a proper messaging system integrated with the YouTube.
Yeah, because like the way I reached out to you about this
It's through
interview
Instagram.
was,
Yeah.
yeah, IG. It's like, hey, I got the show. Would you like to
Yeah.
be a guest? And you're like, I'll check it out.
You know what? The funny thing is, for the most part, like most people are pretty open
Yeah,
to doing this kind of stuff. Like, so it's uh, that's the other thing that I think people have to realize is just reach out to people. You never know who will respond. Pretty much most people will respond. Like
yeah.
Comic Tom didn't respond though, but most people do respond.
Well, I gotten a response from him. We just got to.
I
Yeah,
didn't respond to me.
I did talk to him about it. He just said some days are bad for him right now, is what he
Oh,
said.
okay.
So,
Well, that's at least he's responded. That's good.
yeah. And next week, I'm going to do something a little bit different. My guests can't actually be on during this time, so we're going to do it pre-recorded, and I'll premiere it at this time. So I'll see how that works.
Yeah, and one of the things that try to learn from your own channel, right? So if you post a pre-record, compare it to how well your lives do, and see which do better, right? And learn from it, right? Like,
Right.
It could be the case that pre-records do better than live streams. And if that's the case, then you might want to do more pre-records. Or the other way, if live streams do better, then you might want to figure out how to make it so that it's easier to do more live streams. So
yeah, no, the pre-records for me, I mean, they work here or there, but I'm getting better. I've learned on how to do those better. The with the live streams is with my work schedule. I don't get home until 8 or 9 o'clock at night sometimes,
it's
and
hard,
then and my days off are Sundays and Mondays, so it doesn't fit with most everybody else's. So
yeah, it makes it challenging.
So I can do these Sunday night live streams. This is a good time for me, and this is, I think you're like my 25th interview on this.
Cool. Well,
so I mean, I'm being pretty consistent with this, and this works out pretty well for me. I get about anywhere from 10 to 110 hours of watch time out of these
That's
videos.
huge.
So they're adding to the watch time algorithm. They've definitely helped.
Yeah, what I found is like I found that the pre-records have a slower build in terms of audience. Like in terms of like the good thing about lives is you'll get like for me, I get about 70 to 80 people will watch the live stream.
Right.
Like that's the peak number of viewers, and probably about 300 people over the course of whatever time period I talk will watch the live stream. Okay. Like that's the number of people that will watch it live, about 300.
I mean, it kind of goes back to what you said earlier, that about 10% of your subscriber count.
Yep.
And I mean, go ahead.
But one of the problems I found with live streams is the audience drop off. Like usually it's like, a lot during the time that it actually goes live. But the drop off after was really bad. Like it was like, like I'd get all these views, and then nobody would watch the rewatch. And I found a way to get around that, but for a while it was really killing me. I was like, oh man, it was such a good live stream. Somebody should watch it on the rewind, but nobody was watching it on the rewind. And but I got around that by getting better at titling my live streams. So people would, I got to watch this later, kind of thing. So
That was one of the reasons why I decided to do this type of live stream, because this, in my opinion, could fall under the category, and you'll know this from marketing aspect, is evergreen content.
Yep, evergreen content. Yep,
right. Because
I talk about that a lot with.
I mean, doing a new comic book day live stream is not necessarily evergreen content because it's only new for that week.
One thing that I've noticed, and this is like one of the things that I actually am very disappointed by with YouTube, is even evergreen content isn't evergreen anymore. From what I've noticed, if you look at your, when you look at your analytics, you'll notice that within the first 3 days, you'll have like maybe most of your views, 99% of your views will be within that 3 to 4 days, maybe. And then it sort of tailors off and it kind of hits that peak. Even evergreen content, that is the case, which is, like some of the videos that I posted, like I posted 2,000 videos. If you think about it, my channel, even if those just get 1 view a day, each video, right? That's like 2,000 views a day. Well, I don't get that many views. I get about 1,300 views a day. And most of the views that I get are from the last 3 videos that I posted.
Oh, if only we could all get 1,300 views a day.
But no, but my point is, like, I should be getting way more views based on just that catalog of content. But I find YouTube, even though you create what's considered evergreen content, strangely enough, it doesn't really appreciate it. Now, there is a style of evergreen that does well, and it's when you do the artist spotlight or like a review of a very key book.
Yeah.
Where people are going to be looking for that content. You know what I mean? So that kind of evergreen does well. But if you're expecting people to want to watch something that, like an interview with me, for example, like this interview, great interview. People should watch this. Our grandchildren should watch this interview. But they won't. They won't. The thing is, because even though it's evergreen content, it's not necessarily content that people are looking for actively to make it evergreen, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it does. I mean, this does have the help that somebody that's wanting to search, hey, how do I do a YouTube channel or stuff like that? There might be some points that will pop up out of this. Yeah, I know that I'll use the YouTube Ask Studio feature. I don't know if you've used or seen that.
Yep.
Because you can I can copy the link from this video and paste it in there and say, give me the timestamps that I should use for this video.
Yes.
And it will pull out the key timestamps, and I can just paste that into the description, which then will boost the algorithmic favor of the YouTube for the description. Yeah.
So, like my background is SEO, right? I'm a search engine optimization specialist. So the way that works is your description acts like keywords, basically. Right. So when you do that copy and paste thing, those are new keywords, and those act as potential search things that will bring people into your video. Yeah. I'm a bit too lazy about my descriptions. If you look at my descriptions, they're really copy and pasted from some other video. That's the worst way. Don't do it like that, people. But make better descriptions. Yes, it does help. Yeah.
So, what tools, gear, or apps have made the biggest difference in your growth over time?
So, one of the things is when I first started doing videos, I used to do it using my webcam. Okay.
On the computer?
The audio is always, the webcam that I'm using right now. And the audio was always a little bit off. Like, well, I actually have now a mic. You can see it kind of right there. Okay. Yeah. But the audio was not necessarily the best, and the visual was not the best. Like this is not, like when I do it on my phone, way better video quality. So that was one of the biggest things that I learned. And for me, my voice is terrible. Like I have one of the worst voices for just doing this kind of stuff. because it doesn't get picked up very well on the microphone. Like it's just the way my voice is. I don't have a great voice. I don't have like a deep like strong voice, but it is what it is. And I found that the iPhone does a pretty good job of picking up my voice. So that's one of the things that really I felt like kind of took my channel to that next level. And I'm always trying to find new ways to get to the next level and improve my quality and stuff. So for me, that was a big one. Just using an iPhone, which sounds like so trivial, but that was one. Using things like iMovie and CapCut, right. Those definitely help a lot. And then there's within StreamYard, there's a couple things. I haven't really used it enough, but there's a thing where you can basically, let's say you create a live stream like this live stream. What you can do is it will automatically create YouTube shorts out of it. Yeah. So it's a feature that I actually plan to use more often, where I can recycle content, right? And there's a whole algorithmic thing with YouTube Shorts where, do you know Pop Comics?
Sean? Only from the award show.
Okay, Pop Comics. That's a different one. That you're thinking Comic Pop. Pop. Pop Comics. Sean, he does comic walks and stuff like that, where he'll walk to shops and stuff like that. He's a good guy. He has a much bigger channel, like 50,000 subscribers. He's a big channel. And basically he was playing with the algorithm, like the YouTube algorithm with YouTube Shorts. And what he was finding is if you post one YouTube short and then like a couple hours later post another YouTube short, and then a couple hours later post another YouTube short, and then a couple of hours, just do that like 5 YouTube shorts within one day, you'll get this weird thing where it'll actually on the 3rd or 4th YouTube short, like these little shorts, you'll get it'll just make it viral. It's weird. It almost like kind of feeds into itself. It's a weird thing. So he was doing that kind of test. And I played with it on my channel where I was doing like a bunch of YouTube shorts. I was using a program, I think it's called Calio, to create. It would help you take images and then do text, and then it would allow you either to do voiceover or put in copyright free music. And I would do like little YouTube shorts. It would take me like 30 seconds, but I could do like a quick little pretty, very produced looking YouTube short. And I was doing like, this comic's worth $10 million, and it's Action 1, and and what are the stats? It was produced in 1938 and blah blah blah. All the stats about it, right? And those videos would get thousands of views. But then I would do them in that pattern where I'd put them out like multiple times a day, and I found that it would get a boost. So that's another way. I used to be a little bit more active in terms of doing those marketing things, but I like doing tests. But then I get lazy or get busy with work, so I don't do as much as I should. But those things do work. I do recommend trying it out.
Speaking of tests, do you do anything with the A/B testing that YouTube has with the titles and thumbnails?
I tried it. Yep, I've tried it where you do like multiple titles. Yeah. And I've seen certain titles work. Like what I'll do is actually, I told you about the AI, thing where I test the viral video title versus my title. And I can see, okay, my title did really suck. So I do things like that. I do play with that sparingly. Okay. These are more things I do for my clients than myself. My channel, like, I don't really, it's more organic than it really should be. I should make it more the marketing strategies that I know. I just don't imply on my own thing. I don't know why. If I'm not paying myself, so that's why I don't do it, I guess. Like when my clients pay me, I'm like, I do all these cool things, But when I do it for myself, because I'm not, nobody's paying me. I feel like a little lazy, I guess.
Well,
I don't know.
your viewers are paying you by watching, so
Exactly. But you don't get. Here's another rule of thumb, just so you know. Once you get monetized, you'll learn this rule of thumb. For every view you get, it equals 1 penny.
yeah.
Okay, that's the rule of thumb. So you see like a video and it gets like 1,000 views. Well, that's $10. Okay, so you got to get millions of views in order to make money.
Yeah.
Basically,
And then you only get 70% of that too.
No, that's how much money you make.
Oh, I thought
That's how
YouTube took their cut. Or...
They take their cut. That's after the cut is about a penny per view. It's about that. It's about that. So yeah, so it's not too bad. That's not the way you make money from YouTube though. Like there's better ways to make money from YouTube. Way better. Like I do claim sales on my channel. I do selling merch, which I don't sell. Like nobody buys my merch, so technically that doesn't make money for me. But the claim sales, those things do really well. Actually, the channel that I mentioned at the very beginning, Chino's Comics, they would do extremely well with their claim sales. They'd make like $2,000 or $3,000 a day doing claim sales.
I think another person is Mint Hunter. He does a Sunday claim show every Sunday on his channel.
And he'll have like a few hundred people watching, so he does really well on those.
Okay, BBB saying he's got shorts ready to go, so he's going to try put them out.
Yeah, try it out. Try the experiment.
Yeah, let us know how that goes, BB.
It's very interesting. You'll find that your first one will get like no views, and you're like, "What the heck? Why is this not working?" And then it'll like progressively do better. It's just weird. It's a weird algorithm thing.
So what type of camera are you using? Is it just like a Logitech webcam or something?
Exactly. How did you know? That's exactly what it is. It's the HD 1080p Logicam.
Okay. Yeah, mine's a Logi also. So.
Logi, yeah.
So, yep, that's what
It seems it's good enough for this kind of thing, but it's not good enough to make videos with.
Well, I mean, it's what I use for my pre-records, but
don't do it. Yeah, don't. No, you'll do better with iPhone or something like that.
All right, I'll give it a shot. I need to upgrade my iPhone too, though. I'm still rocking an iPhone 11.
Oh, okay. I got the latest, 15 or something like that.
17.
It's the latest until tomorrow. Okay. It's the way it always works, right? It's like it seems like iPhone is like you can never have the latest because the next day it's like already obsolete somehow.
So and you use CapCut and iMovie to edit?
iMovie, yeah, usually, yeah. So I don't do much editing. So I'm like one of those people that, as I said, editing really does help, but I don't do enough of it. That's why you'll see Comic Mike, or Lunch Money Mike. I meant Comic Mike. Lunch Money Mike. He does well because he edits his videos. He does the thing like people love seeing that hunt, right? Where people, where you go out, you look through the long boxes. Oh, I found a, Hulk 181.
Yeah.
And it was only $1. People love that kind of stuff, right? So, and then, that kind of breaking it up into parts, people love that kind of thing. It's a hard thing to do, though. It does take a lot more time.
I've been using OBS to record my videos because I can do
OBS. I'm not familiar
it's
with that.
Open source, like it's a broadcast production type system. It's free, it's open source, but you can set like scenes and all that. So yeah, I can do my opening scene where I'm talking and then do my hook and then do my opening I have comic issues thing, then I'll pop in and have another scene where it pops up and say like subscribe or my sponsor.
Yeah.
So I can kind of control all that while I'm recording and doing all that. So it takes out it does a lot of my production in the original stuff, so I don't have to do as much post-production stuff on the editing side afterwards. And then I've started trying to use the Vinci Resolve as my editor
Okay, I've
a
heard
little
of that
bit.
one.
And that's like
Yeah,
a really powerful editor, and it has a free version too that's got a lot of bells
okay.
and whistles to it. So
See, my laziness is a real factor here. I really should edit and produce my videos a bit better. I do appreciate my audience for tolerating me, so that's one thing I have to say. I really do appreciate everyone that watches my channel, despite me, despite me making the videos like the way I do. So I do appreciate
all
that.
right, so the last question I got for you is, what advice would you give someone that's wanting to start a comic book YouTube channel today?
So one of the things that I did recommend is creating the 10 videos. Couple things: don't be discouraged when you don't get
Right.
views. That's the biggest mistake people do, is they don't get any views and they're like, oh, I give up. Don't give up. Be consistent. Post out every Friday, or whatever it is. You pick a day, post that day, post the same time, same day each week, or like whatever your schedule is going to be. Like, but be consistent. The algorithm will reward you with that. As I said, try to be interesting as well. I find a lot of YouTubers are not so interesting, and they wonder why they're not getting any views. Well, be interesting. Um, and as I said, engage with other people. So don't try to build like a 1,000,000 subscriber audience. Try to find 10, 20 people that have combined a 1,000,000 subscriber audience.
Yeah.
And then engage with those people, become friends with those people, get on their channels, get them to come on your channel, use those things. But be good, be competent before you do that.
Yeah.
If you say, I'm going to start a channel today, and you have no videos and no proof of concept of what you're going to bring to your audience, then those channels will ignore you. So you want to have proof of concept first. You want to prove that you are producing good stuff first. And I think to produce good stuff is not that hard. It's like, just, be informative, be like, the great thing about geeks and nerds and the people that collect comics is we're junkies. We love learning things. I think that's the kind of type of people that collect comics. They love the history. They love the knowledge, right?
Right.
And if you provide that knowledge, your audience will appreciate it, and you'll build an audience. So that's
all right.
a big tip.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you for that. So what do you have coming up on the Comic Collector Geek YouTube channel?
I'm in the middle of like my current unboxing. So it's my random unboxing, but it's like I actually feel bad. My Thursday video was terrible. I'm honest with myself. My Thursday video was like all free comics that I got, because if you spend a certain amount of money, they give you a bunch of free comics.
Right.
And so I unboxed that, not realizing what it was. And I'm like, oh crap, this is all junk. It's like all junky comics. But the good thing is, every other video within the unboxing are really great. Like some really cool books that I found. And I will be showing those, like from Golden Age random stuff, like Good Girl, to pre-code horror, to some really cool stuff. And that's on every Monday and Thursday. And so that's pretty much it. Like, a Monday special, definitely, if you haven't watched that, that's something people should watch. That's on Mondays at 7 Eastern. And it's a really, really good show. Like, Steven really brings the knowledge, and I try to bring some knowledge as well. But when my internet works, it's good. But
all right.
it always drives me crazy.
All right. Well, I'm going to try to get a pre-recorded video out probably on Tuesday or Wednesday. I think that's been kind of my consistent day. One of those two. I just got to figure out what I can get recorded during my time off. And then next Sunday night, I am interviewing Mon Comics
Oh, man,
for
it's good,
Comic
right?
Channel Origins. So I'll be speaking with Brandon. Yep. So here's the thumbnail for that. So look out for that one. That will be next Sunday at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. And Allan, thank you again for being here tonight, and thank you for all the wisdom and insight that you've given us and bringing your, unbeknownst to me, the marketing background that you actually had or to have. I did not know any of that when I even asked you to come on. I would just say, hey,
it
come
doesn't
on.
show with my channel, but I do have that now.
Well, if you ever get the wild hair to start applying that to your channel, I look forward to seeing the growth that your channel makes going forward with that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for being here. We're going to go ahead and sign off because I know it's getting a little bit late for you in your area and it's dinner time for me. So thank you everybody for being here, and we'll see you next time. All right. Here we go.